Hello everybody, today I'm going to share with you this mini portable ceiling fan. Now I actually picked this up at a local surplus store. This was actually a sample version of this product which a company uses to, review and see if it is feasible for it to be sold within their retail stores. Apparently this product was not up to par with some of the standards that this big box store required for them to sell it within all of their different stores. And once they were done testing the product, it ends up going to their surplus store on site where the public can come and buy some of these samples that they used for testing that didn't end up on store shelves. So this is one of those things that didn't end up on store shelves, but they ordered for testing. So it's a unique product in that regard there, and it actually even says that on a sticker on the fan here itself. Anyway, when I picked this thing up, it was already assembled, but you can take the blades off pretty easily, and I'll show you how to put them on and take them off here as well. Let's take a quick look at the blades. They're pretty short, I'd say maybe about 6 inches long, or 5 or 6 inches long. On this side we have a leaf type of pattern here going on. Some of these little portable fans that I find on the internet are mostly for 220 volt countries or only come in 12 volts. So it's really interesting to see a 120 volt version of a small portable fan like this. But what I was meaning to get at about that little wandering off onto a different subject is that in other countries it seems like there's interesting designs like this. To make the fan a bit more interesting than just a regular blade. So it's interesting to see the leaf pattern on it. Gives it some type of design. Of course, they're all the same type of blade. Although there is something interesting here. We have 4 blades that say 1, and one of them that says 2 on it, whatever that means, if that's the grams that it weighs. But this one weighs the same as the others, so I have no idea. Anyway, let's get to looking at the fan. Like I previously got off track while talking about the blades. I said that these fans are more common in 220 volt countries or 12 volt versions. So it's really interesting to see a 120 volt version of a mini portable fan like this. I've actually always wanted one of these because they're just so unique. And I finally picked one up. Actually, they sold it at their surplus store for $5, which isn't bad at all. Again, this was just a test product. So let's go ahead and look at the motor here. We can see in the inside there the actual motor itself. We have this green housing here on the outside. Again, you can see the motor in there again. We have this base here at the top, which we will open up and take a look at as well, because why not? And we have our hanging hook here, so we can hang it on a, hook. We have our 120 volt cord coming out of it, which eventually, sorry about that, leads to this on and off switch. So we have off and on. It's not really UL listed, so it's kind of of questionable quality, the switch anyway, but it works, so whatever. Moving our way down, we then, of course, also find our plug here at the end. It's really interesting that this isn't polarized. Usually one of the prongs, is a little bit bigger on the neutral side. So it's interesting to see a plug that isn't polarized, as most of them have to be nowadays on portable fans like this. But of course, this is just a test product. I suppose we should go ahead and take a look at the stickers here. This is model 620. And if we see here, this one is made by Creative Concepts Manufacturing Limited. We have the received date of November 2016. I'm guessing that's factory code. And then the description is a portable ceiling fan, 110 volt, UL listed, but I don't see an actual UL sticker. And the subject here is I don't know if that's a regular or whatever, but it's a sample piece. This isn't a finished product to be sold in stores. It's just for a potential customer that may want to sell this within their big box stores or whatever can order this sample product to test out and see if it is feasible or profitable to sell it within their stores. So, very interesting. Of course, we have 5 blades, and we'll put them on there. But first, let's see what's inside of this housing here, because I'm quite curious. I don't know what's in there or why it's so big. So let's go ahead and we'll take a Phillips screwdriver here. And you simply just undo these 2 screws on the sides. Oops, that one came out. And in the inside, we just find some grease, a spring, and our cord just goes directly through into the fan. You can see that this bulb thing here isn't anything but a big piece of plastic that lets the cord go through, so that's interesting. There is, of course, the spring there, but there isn't really anywhere to line up the other half of the spring, so I don't know really what is supposed to happen there. I've tried to, when I first took it apart the first time, figure that out, but there really isn't a location for that spring to go. I'm guessing it is supposed to catch within there somehow. But anyway, just line it back up with these holes here. Now we know what's inside of there. Tighten it back up. Of course, you don't want to over tighten it. This is plastic. Apparently this screwdriver is magnetic. Try to hold the screw in there so it doesn't come out. And we'll screw that back in. There we go. Very good. So, we've taken a look at the inside of whatever this is supposed to do. And of course we have the motor housing. I'm not going to take these screws out because I'm afraid that if I do that, I'll take this apart too much and then probably won't be able to get it back together or something. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at how to put the blades on this thing. Of course, we don't really have to line up those numbers. I don't really know what they're for. I don't really see the numbers on here either. But they just click on. So there's 1, 2. These had that same sticker that we just looked at on the side here on it, but apparently when they were testing it, they tried to take the sticker off. Maybe that's part of the testing process, how easily the customer can take the sticker off. And there was another one. Of course, this was their sale sticker for their surplus store, but there is the fan all put together. Let me get the camera. Well, that's not the right one. Let's get a little higher here so we can take a better look at it. I'd say maybe it's 14 inches in diameter. It definitely looks a bit bigger than a foot across here when spinning. Anyway, let's spin it. Seems to have a pretty interesting motor in there. But I want to say it's good quality, but just the design of how the motor works is interesting. Because you see how it just stops on a, area. So, something interesting going on in there. Again, we've already seen that sticker. So, let me go ahead and find a place to hang this thing up. Okay, so I got this thing set up, and what a better place to do it than on a street light. So that's where I've hung it up. Let me go ahead and move the blades here so you can kind of see how I did it. Not the best way, but hey, it works. So, let's go ahead and turn it on. Of course, it had to find a decent spot to lock onto there because, it's a spinning thing. That's why it did all that weird stuff. But there's only one speed here, which is just on high. It pushes a really nice amount of air and is decently quiet. The only noise that you really get is from the motor, or from it moving air, of course, but even sitting here behind the camera, I can even feel the breeze from it, and I'm not directly under it, so it pushes an amazing amount of air for what it is. Really, really unique. We can turn on these other lights and see what it looks like that, but I think that kind of washes out the background and color and stuff. So, we'll turn it off here as well. And let's turn it on again. Of course, it does all that because, like I said, that's not the exact optimal way of hanging this thing, but it's the best I have right now. Again, pushes a really nice amount of air for what this thing is. Go ahead and turn it off. Well, anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video of this mini ceiling fan. Really unique thing. I'm glad I finally got a hold of one. Once again, I really hope you enjoyed, and also please comment, rate, and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.